Yeah, we are live. We are live right here on Mogul Monday. So we streaming live right here on Facebook. We streaming live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and also the legacybuilderclub.com. Man, we have a powerhouse tonight. I was sitting over here talking to Amy Majori, and we were sitting there talking. We almost forgot, like, hold up, we had to go live. So she is like my mentor. She is one of the people who actually showed me how to raise private money. But enough of me talking. Amy, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let people know
Um,
about Mogul Mondays. Let's talk to them.
oh, I don't know. It's so crazy. I mean, a lot of you who are here know me because of how I know Dana and through the RPM community. And for those of you who don't, I'm Amy Majuri. I've been investing in real estate over the last 10 years. And during that time, I realized I had this natural skill of raising private money. So, because of my ability to raise like real private money, which we can break down for you in a little bit, I was able to excel in a brand new industry, real estate, that I never planned on pursuing ever. I thought my dream job was with Nike. And so, basically, because of my ability to raise capital, I now have the ability to say yes whenever opportunity comes across my desk, which is pretty cool because that's something, as you can probably relate to, Dana, that we struggle with, right? As real estate investors, it's either finding the deal or finding the money. So, but it's cool, and so I created this community and I'm still an active investor. And, now I teach other investors, new or experienced, part-time or full-time, how to raise private money so they can grow and scale instead of putting our own money into deals because we don't want to do that.
Man, you're 1,000%. Yeah, I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I actually joined RPM because I was at a point where I was an old school investor. I was putting all my money into it. And I said, well, hold up, if you keep putting all your money into the deals, then one day the money might run dry because if you have these investment properties, these buy and holds, and it's like you're getting a passive income, but if you're using a chunk of your money to acquire the property, and it's like what you won't go up there well ever runs dry.
Yeah, and it's so crazy. Oh, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
Oh no. I'm gonna ask you in a minute because I'm just gonna ask you what does legacy, because it's called the Legacy Builder Club. So I'm just gonna ask you what does legacy mean to you. But you can go ahead and chime in right there. We can come back to what legacy means. So
No,
you go ahead and
let's talk
talk to me.
about that now. I think that's a great segue into like how we can build and leave a legacy. And it's so funny because I always tell people, I'm so good at raising money. Like I can raise money in my sleep. Like this is just my one amazing skill set, my towering strength. And I have so many weaknesses. For example, questions like this, like, what's your why? What's your legacy? What is legacy? I'm like, I don't know. So for me though, the non-scripted version is really like, what are people going to remember you for, right, when we're no longer here? And that is something. For 10 years I've actually been, my uncle, who's like a dad, passed away from cancer 10 years ago. Like I literally saw him deteriorate before my very eyes. Some of you can probably relate to that. And ever since that happened, I'm not scared of dying. I just don't want to die. And so I really think about like every day, what am I doing? Is this helping me build my legacy, right? And my legacy, it's not that traditional stuff that is like, oh, lifestyle by design, leaving all these assets for Emma, our daughter. It's really being able to just do the things I want to do, have more experiences in life. And then, yeah, at the end of the day, when we're no longer here, just being remembered for all the good, right? All the amazing ways that like we impacted people. And I know it's not realistic, but on occasion when I get into these deep conversations and I'm not that kind of a person with my friends, it's like, why can't everyone just be nice to each other and help each other out, right? Instead of like hate and stuff. So yeah, I think that's what legacy means to me. The 5-minute response is just, having an impact on people and being remembered for all the good that you did.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. Well, I mean, hell, I mean, you leaving a legacy because I told a couple people like, hey, I'm gonna be on here Mogul Mondays with Amy. So I'm talking to people at the beach at Venice. Oh, Amy, okay, yeah. She had she did the RPM in Long Beach not too long ago. I'm talking to somebody else on the phone in Houston. Amy, like, so I mean, I believe you are really leaving a legacy
Thank you.
because your name is just chiming like crazy pretty much.
Yeah, and
that's a
I mean, we've talked about this too, like that's crazy too. I still can't believe like this community right, that we have, Dana, and just like the things that are coming out of it and the friendships and the partnerships and the love that we all have for each other. Like, I really still can't believe it. Like, even just now I got goosebumps, and it's like, and I think that's one of the things, like, for people out there, you know, who know that real estate's for them, right? This is your vehicle to leaving your legacy or financial freedom. But like, what specifically in real estate? And this is going to sound crazy because we've all heard it, but don't just focus on the money, right? Like, focus on something that you really love and you're passionate about, and the money will follow. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I always tell you guys, like, I don't work and I'm trying to work less and less. But I really think I actually work 24/7, but I don't realize it because I love what I do, you know?
Yeah. That's home run.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool. I mean, like having that kind of an impact and like literally changing people's lives. Like, and it's crazy to just hear myself say that.
Yeah, that's what you're doing. And I mean, even like you said, legacy, because I mean, what legacy kind of means to me, because like you said, you're already building a dynasty. You and Sean is building a dynasty for Emma. I know for me, legacy actually means, like we all say, you want to build this legacy and build this dynasty for your kids, but also love like in the real estate realm and even raising private capital, how you can actually build and kind of employ like another person. So you can employ like a contractor. So,
Right.
if you're employing that contractor is feeding his family. You might JV on a deal with somebody who can't raise the capital. And so it's almost like you're providing food on the table for the JV partner. So, I mean, when I look at legacy, I just not look at my family, but I look at the family as a whole, like kind of like how you say, how can we just be nice to each other?
Right.
I look at how can I leave a footprint and just leave a blessing on this earth to help other human beings in that family out pretty much,
So that's so interesting saying that because earlier today I had a conversation with Maurice, and he was like, and it took me a minute to understand his question because I was interpreting it a different way. But Maurice basically was asking me, I've got the money, like I can raise the money now, right? And I always say, once you know how to raise money, you're gonna have more money coming in than you need. So he was like, how can I level up? How can I scale? And what he really meant was, how can I build a team and pay them to go from 25 doors to 100 doors? And it was tying back to his mission, which is providing people with homes, right? Path to home ownership, but also creating jobs for people. And so
Yeah.
it was, I literally had that conversation like 7 hours ago.
That's crazy because I mean, you figure out steps of audit, and they even say even when you get to raising private money, when you get to real estate, you want to level up. It's all a mindset shift. So as long as you can just have your mindset looking like not just thinking about you and being a go giver and always worrying about blessing others, then it's like you said, raising money is going to be nothing because I mean we are the chosen ones. So the Lord is always going to bless us because once we get the money, what we going to do with it? We're going to help others out. So like He's going to bless the ones that's going to be a blessing to others.
Yeah, totally. And I never talk about my book, and this is not a shameless plug, but I wrote this book. And the reason I bring this up is because in the book I talk about always.
What's the book? Let me see the book.
Huh?
Let everybody see the book. What's the name of the book? They want to know so that way they can go out and get it. There it is, networking with a purpose. Not what anybody else has said, so that way right there can go out and get it because I know the book gonna be powerful.
That's hilarious. It's actually pretty good. Like, I am not an author. Like, in this book, it's like pictures. It's just my story, right? But it is a networking book. But in the book, I talk about having a giver's mindset, right? And always think about serving others and giving back first. And then the law of reciprocity will naturally find its way back to you. So I agree. And like, I even asked Maurice this morning, I'm like, you flew to LA, you flew to Memphis, like you're doing all these things, like at his own expense, on his own time. And I even said to him, like, as a friend and a coach, like, dude, you should be charging for this, because it's such a valuable service that he's providing. And he's like, no, it's cool. He's like, it'll pay back in the future. Like somehow it'll like come back to me. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So this community also serves as a good reminder to me as well, right, on our purpose and why we're doing things. So it's pretty cool. I love it.
No, that's crazy because I mean you're right. Because I remember when Maurice was out here in LA, we had like a long conversation. He's like, man, you know why we connect? He's like, could you connect with Amy? And he said, everybody that's in Amy group, we all have like the same type of spirit. So that's why everybody is able just to come together. Because I'm in Avengers, I'm in Sub 2. They're pretty big groups, and your group is growing like crazy. But the thing about it is, it's like a family. It's like a little family core. We all give, we all help out each other and things of that nature. And in fact, you're the one who kind of inspired me to start the Legacy Builder Club.
Oh
You
my
know,
God,
so I'm like, because,
really?
yeah, yeah. You inspired me to do it because, in the Legacy Builder Club, I see like a lot of people, they want to get into real estate, but sometimes they don't know how to get in there. So it's like, I believe that, I'm like a wealth of knowledge, and the Lord has allowed me to be in these real estate masterminds. So now it's time for me to give it back so I can show people how to do fix and flip, buy and hold, and all that good stuff. But one key thing that I've been like noticing as I'm talking to people, they don't pretty much know how to build business credit
Yeah.
and build business credit so they can actually leverage the 0% credit cards, APR, and all that good stuff. So I've been actually helping a lot of people out with that pretty much.
You know what? We had to talk offline. I got to introduce you to somebody who would serve as a great resource for you and like your community as well. After
Okay.
we hang up, I'm gonna give you a call real quick if you have time.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. That's what it's all about. And see, and I love it. So it's almost like when you just networking and just talking to like-minded individuals, like you always giving. Like, you know what, hold up. You said business credit. I think I have somebody for you, and that's the beauty of it,
Yeah.
pretty much,
But also too, and I know you know this, but like it's got to be genuine, because I had a conversation today. Actually, there's a girl, Molly. She's our newest RPM member as of like 3 hours ago, and
Okay.
I was telling Molly because I know she wanted it, but she was scared, and we all have fear. I still have fear, She's like, it costs money. I'm making an investment. I get that. And I said to Molly, I'm like, going back to our communities being so amazing, right? And how I'm so protective of it. I said,
Mhm.
Molly, really, like, if you're not sure, or if you don't want this, or if you are feeling like forced or pressured, like, don't do it, because I don't want you in this community unless you're excited about it, because of what you just said, Dana. Like, it's a family. We love each other. And I said to her, I go, if you come into the group and you don't follow the system, not even me, but the group's going to push you out, because they're like, I don't have time for this, right? Like, and it happens on the Tuesday call sometimes, like, but that's my biggest fear. And everyone knows, and Pace knows this too. I love him. He is a dear friend of mine, and it's a huge, what's the word? I'm very, I cannot.
Very passionate, very giving.
Humble. Like, it's very humbling when people tell me, you remind me so much of Pace. And I'm like, wow, thanks, because he's amazing. And we are very similar in style, but I always say I'm never going to give you as much as he does. Right. And
Hmm.
so I don't want to, I can't, it doesn't align with things like I'm trying to do. I don't even know how he does it, but I share that with you because, like, that's my fear. Is I feel like knowing how to raise money is something that everyone needs to know, and our group is growing, and I'm so scared it's going to grow into this huge group that we're going to lose that intimate side of it, so, and people find this so hard to believe. Like, I turn people away all the time. I just refunded somebody today, and I'm like, this person sent me like a 15-page email, and I'm like, no, I don't have time to talk to you because you just don't get it. Like, and
You don't align energy.
I'm just like, it's just not going to work. Like, here's your money. And this person wasn't even asking for a refund, but I was like, here you go. That may sound mean to those of you who like don't know me, but again, to Dana's point, that's community is so amazing. And like tomorrow on our Tuesday call, we have 4 people who are going to share a case study on how they came together on a
Mhm.
JV deal, right? And it's like, I love it. I just love it.
No, yeah, I mean, it's good because what you're saying is, so if everybody's saying that, RPM is a family, we all get along together and all that good stuff. It's almost like what happened was you refunded the person because of the energy. So it's
Yeah.
almost like you can kind of like blame people. So it's like if your energy is not right, and then you enter into my family circle, and then you might be on a Tuesday call, and you might throw some little negativity or this. You might change it. So one person can kind of try to change the dynamics of what we have going on right
Yeah,
now.
and it does. And like, I don't want that, and I don't think you guys want that, but it's cool. I'm so excited for April. I'm so excited to support you with this new community. And just, I was talking to Ozzy earlier today, and I told her, I miss coming out to LA every month for those 1-day workshops. And I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever. Like I haven't even seen you, Dana, since October. I don't think. No,
Yo, hold on, when? Yeah,
no, 'cause
time
you
do be
weren't
flying.
at dinner with us. When I came there in January, you weren't at dinner.
Nope, no, I probably was in, man, I've been on the go. I probably was in like, I think I was even Augusta, Georgia. Or I was in Vegas. I think I was in Vegas.
Yeah, so I haven't seen you since October, I don't think. That's crazy. But
Yeah, but you know what, bro? I think it's all about your book. I was, like I said, I was even in Augusta. I was in Vegas. I was networking with a purpose. So it's like I've been on the go a lot, but it's like I've been networking, and the Lord has been allowing me to like grow. So even as we say, raising private money, I had my son back there, E Planet Mortgage. So that's why I opened a mortgage company, because I believe in a real estate deal, you're gonna need the funds. So that's why we came up with that.
right.
But I feel like to say that when I'm networking and when I'm out and about, it's like I'm meeting like a lot of people, and it's like they need help with their
Yeah.
mortgage, and it's like it allowed me to kind of scale and allowed the team to kind of take on those mortgage deals.
Yeah, so and we had you on. I missed that call when you were our guest speaker because I had lost my voice. So but I did go back and watch the replay, and that's another thing, right? Is like, how can we help Dana grow, this community or the mortgage side, and how can we help
Yep, yep.
Melissa and Emerson with general contracting jobs, and you know, it's pretty special. And
No, yeah, it is. It is. It's super special.
yeah.
I think I was talking to Emerson earlier. Like we did. Me and Emerson did a couple deals together. And like you said, we always like JV, and I know he typically be on here, but I'm streaming on this thing called Restream. So sometimes you can see the comments, sometimes you can't. So it allows you to stream in like many different things. But I want to touch on one thing, how you were saying about JV, and we was talking earlier before you came on. Like I said, I haven't seen Pauline in a while. And I was sitting there talking to her on the phone for like 2 hours a day. She's a busy person. I'm a busy person, but like I said, the energy just had us a lot. It's almost like we like kind of like getting something that's coming together pretty much, and we all met in your wonderful community.
Well, you know what we need to do? Because some of us OGs have been talking about this actually since October, but we need to just
Mhm.
create and like not charge for it, but just like an RPM, like offsite team builder or mastermind thing, and everyone like we get a huge house and we all stay there. We just pay our own way, but like we use that time to work like in our business and collaborate, and then of course like have fun at night. And we've been talking about planning a trip like that for months, so we need to like get the core group together and figure that out, because I would love to do that.
Man, I'm always game. Anytime you text, like, hey, you gonna be there? Like, yeah, I'm there, I'm game. So I mean, let's do it,
Yeah,
because
because
that's the beautiful thing about it.
yeah,
Good.
and like even you're a part of so many masterminds, and I'm not anymore. Like I know a lot of people in those masterminds, but like I don't participate in them as much these days. So I still feel like if we get all of us into a room, like, and with our networks, we're all just one touch away of somebody who's going to help us take our business to that next level. So and that's another reason why I'm so protective of our group, is like I really just want our group to be those A+ players, because as we get better, and this is something that Sean and I are working on with Ashley as well, is like I want to take down a building with just our PMers, and
Mhm.
um so, but we should really figure that out, because I feel like if we don't put it on the calendar, then it's never going to happen.
Okay, yeah, yes, we had to write it down. So what month? So what days? So what month you kind of think
Self-
about in your head? Because I mean, I jot down some days.
I was thinking September or October, but I can start like a group text with like the core RPMers, and we can like, I have to stop saying like, and we can pick a time and then just roll it out to everyone and say, hey, like this is where we're going. This is the weekend. If you can come, great. And if not, then catch you on the next one.
I mean, look, it smells like there's a big syndication coming along. It's like,
Oh,
like you said, we all gonna come together, and then yeah, I mean, hey, I'm with it.
yeah, no, I know. But how can I help you like with this community and building it and raising awareness?
Yeah, well, like I said, so in the community, like I said, I teach fix and flip, I teach buy and hold also. teach about the business credit, I guess you would be like the big resource, because I raised private money, but I learned it from you. So like, even as we was talking about before I got on here, you said you and Sean was looking for some buildings out here, or a building out here in California. You said, I asked you like, what's the buy box? You said, hey, the numbers make
Yeah.
sense, and the numbers make sense. Yeah.
Okay, so if I have someone who's interested in like being a part of your community, where is the best place for them to go to read about it or learn about how you can help?
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, they can go to the legacybuilderclub.com.
Just
So they can go to my website. And as a matter, and it has everything right there. And as a matter of fact, we're actually streaming on the legacybuilder.com right now.
okay.
So yeah, so like I said, we're not streaming on Instagram because I've been having these more challenges. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stream through the website.
No, that's cool. I didn't know if that was going to be a better option or if you wanted them to go to your Facebook group. But I'll just send them to your website, and then
Yeah, because that's not you're right though. I was going to say just give my number. Tell me to give me a call. That way right there I can have like a 15-minute consultation with them. So that would be a little bit more better, because in this fast-paced world where everything is AI, you have bots here and all that type of stuff, you want the freaking human interaction. So just give them my number.
Right. Okay.
I'll talk to them. Yeah.
No, that's great. I think what you're doing is amazing, and I think there's so much demand for it, and it serves as a great one-stop shop, for just building that financial wealth and for leaving that legacy. So I will definitely do that.
Yeah, and it also helps, and I do also like touch on like the mindset, because the mindset is like everything.
Totally.
So even like, even if a person want to raise 10 million, 30 million, they look at it like, it's not an achievable goal, or they never reach it, then it's like, they'll never reach it. So if somebody like, man, once I raise 100,000, I'm gonna feel real great. So if you kind of plant your mind on raising 100,000, you can never raise 150,000.
Right.
So you gotta always, you gotta always expand your mind pretty much to get the best out of life.
Yeah, one of my mentors said, if you're always hitting your goals, then your goals aren't lofty enough.
Too small.
Yeah. Like you want to be able to hit 80% of your goals. No, I agree with you. So, but yeah, what else?
So tell me this right here. So, okay. So you said you're raising private money, and you kind of do it like with your eyes closed. But when you first got into that, or because I know your background, you come from Dell, but did you ever have any kind of down times, or any time that you kind of wanted to quit and say, I don't know if this is for me, and you kind of pivoted out of that? Like, like a movie, how you watching a movie and we always the superhero win, but did the superhero ever go through any down times so they had to overcome something to get to where they are now?
So I'm going to answer that question in two ways. So the first way is, when it came to actually the act of raising money, no, I never thought about pivoting or shifting gears, because I knew that's the solution in order to grow and scale. Like I believe that, right? And that's what I've been doing for 10 years. So before I answer that the second way, so what I would do, I would definitely press for time. I would have a closing coming up in 2 days. I remember this deal. And so I just sweetened the offer, right? So instead of offering them a 12% annualized return, I increased it to a 15% annualized return plus 3 points up front. And I locked up the money within 24 hours. So, but when I launched the RPM mentorship program 2.5 years ago, it started off really strong. And then it was about a year. It was all of 2021, basically, where it was really frustrating, because I felt like I was giving and giving and giving and like trying to raise awareness, and like nobody was coming into the community. And there were times where I was like, I know people need this message, but forget it. Like, I'm frustrated, I'm exhausted. And the thought of quitting this coaching program crossed my mind. But I never actually considered it. And then it was actually this girl that worked for me, and I can't believe I'm saying this because things did not end well between the two of us. She said, Amy, you wrote the book on networking. So stop trying to hire a bunch of people to get out there and market your coaching program. Go network with a purpose and leverage off of those relationships. And I was like, yeah, I hear you. And I still did nothing about it for a few months. And then it was about a year ago where I'm like, dang, that girl was right. And I did. Like, I made phone calls. I presented on a bunch of webinars. I spoke for free, and I just focused on giving value. And that's when things started to really grow, right? I got invited to speak on big stages, and I had other people like promoting and supporting our community, and now my fear is multifamily syndications. Like, I've never done it before. So we all have fear, right? We all think about pivoting. And that's when I think more than ever, having a community of like-minded people is so important, because you just lean into that community for support, right? And they remind you like why you're there and how they can help.
Man, you said you dropped a lot of jewels right there, and one of them was pretty much when God puts something on you to do, you have to do it. So it's almost like you knew that this was your destiny and your fate, and you never gave up. So that's what people really need to hear, because sometimes even getting into real estate and being like a new investor,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody watch these people who make a lot of money, but every deal might not be a home run. Your first deal might be a loss.
Yeah.
But if you put in your spirit to do real estate, then you can't give up on yourself, because as soon as you're about to give up, as soon as you're about to plant, as soon as you're about to hit that bottom, then the Lord just going to just raise you up and just allow you to walk into purpose pretty much.
Yeah, totally. And I agree with you. And I always tell people, I know we're never supposed to talk about religion or politics. I always tell people I'm not religious, but I am very spiritual. And I do believe that things happen for a reason, and we have a destiny and blah, 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 all this stuff, not to get all deep and make people say one thing or the other. But, and this is why I'm so passionate about raising private money, because many people who know me know that in 2017, it was the worst year of my life. I lost $1.4 million, like, of real money. And I'm very transparent about that story. And it sucked. Like, every day in 2017, I would come home crying. And even then, I never thought about exiting the industry. I remember one of my hard money lenders called me and he said, "So what are you going to do now?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, you're obviously exiting the game." And I said, "No, actually, that thought never crossed my mind. You just change your strategy." But because I knew how to raise money, I could change my strategy. So I shifted to the middle income price points, the low income price points. I raised money for other people. I started brokering deals. I started this coaching program, So it's like, that's why I'm so passionate about this skill set. Whether you believe it or not, it's not even a belief, it's a fact. Like, you need access to money to grow and scale, and everyone needs money. And some of the biggest names out there are asking me to raise money for them. And I said to them, like, literally, you could pick up the phone and make one phone call and have millions of dollars. Why aren't you doing it? And these people said, "I don't want to. Like, I don't like it. That's not how I want to spend my time. I want to spend my time on more of the strategic stuff, not making phone calls and locking up money." Whereas I love that stuff. So, right?
Yeah.
It's literally endless opportunity when you know how to raise private money.
That's your gift. And I got one thing. So say for instance, if I'm a new investor and I'm just kind of like new into the game and I just don't know, I hear raising private money and millions and this, that, and the third. If I was brand new at it, like, what kind of would be my first steps? Because somebody might need to hear that and they might be like super brand new. Like, give me like a scenario or tell me like, what could be my first steps to kind of raise my first piece of capital.
So just like you, the first thing I teach people, at least inside of the coaching program, is mindset. Like, now coming into this, you're not going to have the mindset because you don't know, right? That's why I'm coaching you. But you have to believe, you have to see the power of private money. I can't convince you of that. And you really have to believe that you are providing others with an opportunity to invest. Because all too often I hear people say, "I don't have any rich friends and family members," or "I feel bad asking this person for money," or "I don't want them thinking they're doing me a favor." Stop. None of that's happening, because you're doing them a favor by allowing them to invest with you, right? And you don't know that yet, but you're the one offering them double-digit returns backed by real estate. They don't get in the bank. They don't get that in the stock market, right? So it's always just lack of education. So it's my job as your private money coach to educate you and to literally hold your hand every step of the way and tell you who to target, who not to target, what to say, what not to say. But for just getting started, go to my website, download my 4-second power pitch. That is step one for the rest of your life. So for those of you watching and you want to know more, don't DM me and don't call me asking me what to do. I'm telling you right now, download my 4-second power pitch, because that's going to be the first question I ask you is, have you been doing the 4-second power pitch? I'm very direct too. I will make you laugh and I will make you cry. Like I have made people cry. And if you're the person who's going to cry, then you're probably not a good fit for the community.
Yeah, man. Look, it's all about being that strong, that strong family. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, pretty much, because you know what the fit is in the family. You know,
Yeah.
and that's everything. You know. And then speaking of the freaking private money, and it's kind of easy for me to raise too, because as like you see, the stock market is so like going up and down and going up and down. I always use this example. I know you say don't talk about politics, but I say, what if Biden just came on and say that you have 100,000 in the bank, and Biden just comes on and say, hey, we're going to go to war with Russia tomorrow or something like that. Instantly, your $100,000 can just go to like $30,000 just by him saying that. But if you have your money in real estate, you actually have your money in a tangible asset that you can touch it, you can feel it. You know, you're on a note, you're on a deed, you have a lender's policy. It's like, yeah, I mean,
Right.
the real estate's not going to go anywhere if we go at war.
Yeah.
And if it goes in, you have insurance on it.
No, I agree. And Sean and I go back and forth about this where nothing's risk free, right? But investing in real estate, when you know what you're doing, like significantly reduces our risk because we can control so much of the process. And you guys, anytime that we have money sitting in the bank, to your point, Dana, our money is literally dying. Like with the value of the dollar going down and inflation, it's like, okay, don't invest in real estate, but get your money out of the bank. Like that just makes no sense to me.
Yeah, yeah, you got to put it in something that you can, like you said, have some control over,
Yeah.
because we all know the stock market was going crazy, everything was going crazy. And one thing about real estate, if you look, I'm in my office, I'm in real estate. I think you're in your home, you're in real estate. So real estate is going to be one thing that's going to outlive us. And then you think about it, even with the banks. So what happens if I have $100,000 in the bank? Then at the end of the year, I might have $200 or something like that. But it's like, so what happens is the bank would then turn around and lend my $100,000 to you, and they would make $15,000 off of it. So why not
Isn't
turn it to you and not raise the private money? Let me be the bank.
every time I do a workshop, and I'm going to do this in April too, I'm going to say, everyone take out your phones and Google, what does a bank do with my money? And it's going to say exactly what you just said. They take the money from customer deposits and lend it out to other people or businesses. Like, and I can't get mad, but I do get mad because it's just a lack of education, right? The number one reason why everyone isn't doing this is they're just not educated. When we don't have education, we lack confidence, right? And that lack of confidence is what instills fear. So I get it, but it's easy for me to sit here now and like judge and criticize people who don't think the way we do or who don't take action like we do. But again, for me, like I'm a product of coaching. My background is corporate America. I worked for Dell Computers for 14 years. So I know that coaching works, right? And that's another reason why I'm so passionate about my message and just raising awareness.
Man, that's what I mean. Hey, you raise it in my world pretty much. And like I say, the 4-second power pitch. Let me teach an investor, show you how to get a double-digit return back by real estate. So if y'all on here listening now and y'all want to get into the real estate deals, DM me or give me a call, and I will show you how to get a double-digit return back by real estate and let your money work for you. Because if you look at it, every day you go out, you have to pay for gas, you have to eat, you have to just spend your money every day on something. So your money has to be working for you. If your money is not working for you, then like Amy said, it's going to start going down, and you don't want it to go. You even go in this direction or that direction. The way the times is right now, your money can't sit stable because everything is going up. So you might as well let your money work for you.
Yeah, and then same goes for you, because I know like people inside of your community or your network are going to have questions. They're going to want to know about RPM. I'm totally cool with whoever is interested in learning more about our mentorship program. You can just do a text intro. Like I'm fine with that.
Okay.
If it's coming from your network, I want to be able to get back to them same day. So yeah, to anyone who's following along and you want to know more, just let Dana know and he can connect you with me.
And as a matter of fact, speaking of that, tell us about the event that you have coming up in Long Beach too, pretty much. Because
so excited.
Talk to us.
So yeah, in this past October, it was the very first 3-day private money conference. I was scared about that, right? It was all, it grew organically through word of mouth. It was an amazing event. I just couldn't believe it. We had 150 people show up. The event sold out and people started asking, when is the next one? And I wasn't sure that I was going to do a next one, but I am. So the second private money event will be in Long Beach again. It's April 28th through the 30th, and we still have some VIP seats left. So you come out there. We're capping the seating to 200 people. The event will sell out. And it's similar to the workshops where we have an implementation portion, but they're going to be different implementation strategies. And then where it really differs are we have 9 investor guest speakers who I'm flying in to talk to you guys about what is working in today's ever-shifting economy. All right, so you're raising money now for multifamilies. Here's how you deploy it. For single families, you want to start a fund. You want a JV on stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool. Tickets are super cheap, in my opinion. They're $600 for general admission, and you can attend that weekend. And it's going to be pretty cool. So we'd love to have you there. You can just find the link in my Instagram bio.
And there's so much freaking value. So even sometimes people will say $600. I'm getting all this value for 600. Amy, you can charge $1,000 because the first one, somebody swore me down. I was telling him the other day when I talked to him and I went to this multifamily meetup. He said, man, he didn't see me at the event. I said, yeah, I was there. He said, yeah, that was like the 3rd event. I said, no, it was the first one, but that just tells you that it went so well that he thought it was the 3rd event when it was the 1st event.
Oh, that's so crazy. Yeah, it's funny because I wasn't like, I know the content, right? And it's fun. And so that's where like my events differ from everyone else's is you're not going to come to my event and have a bunch of speakers just preaching at you. You're going to come to my event. You're going to implement, you're going to take action. You're going to start raising money in the room. You're going to meet 200 other like-minded investors. And then our guest speakers will talk to you about what works, what doesn't work. Our guest speakers are going to be there all weekend. But that's what's cool is there's coaching that happens in the room and you actually start to see results and raise money in the room before you leave that weekend. But yeah, I'm super excited. So we got, what do we have? We have less than 6 weeks left. So less than 6 weeks, you guys grab your tickets and yeah, come check it out. I know you guys are going to love it.
You said to grab the ticket. You said the IG. Did you drop your IG handle?
Oh, should I do? Actually, here, I have the link to the, where should I put it in the?
Can you throw it in the chat? Let me see if it's right in there.
I put something in the private chat.
Oh yeah, okay, all right, that's cool. So all right, so let me see. Yeah, so it's raisingpm.com/live event. Raisingpm.com/live event.
There's not another chat box, is there?
Say that again. Is another chat box? Let me see if I can copy and paste this.
I don't know if there's.
No, look.
Yeah, I don't see.
Look, that's why you can't be great at everything.
No,
look, I had to protect out myself.
No, I worked at a computer company for 14 years, and my IT is terrible. But it's fine, you guys. It's on my Instagram bio too. You can just click on the handle on my Instagram bio, and you'll.
Oh no, I think I did it right here. Like I said, that's why we're not even on.
That's it.
Yeah, all I did, I copied and pasted and I put it over here because, like I said, we not on the gram, so I just sent everybody from Instagram to the legacybuilderclub.com. So I mean that's why you can't be the master at everything. So I'm a people's person and things of that nature. So I mean, with this tech stuff, I'm good at it, but I'm not the best.
I'm not either. So,
is there anything that I didn't go over or ask you or something that you want to share? Because I know we went over what legacy means to you and how you overcame your fears. Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just you guys, like, what are you doing, right? And why are you doing this? And if you know for sure that real estate is your vehicle to building your legacy or paving the road to building your own financial freedom or gaining greater control of your time, then in order to take it to the next level, you want to know how to raise private money. So whether you join our mentorship program or you just come to our 3-day conference, you're going to start seeing results literally in the first 3 hours. So tie this back to your why and then just do it. Like, stop allowing, fear hold you back. And together, I always say, you got this. I got you, you got this. And together, we can do great things.
And together, that's how y'all gonna go out there and build that legacy.
Exactly.
And that's what it's all about. Yeah, because if you're not building a legacy, then I mean, you can't be selfish. You just can't be sitting over here just working and just trying to leave this earth and just not leave nothing for nobody. That I mean, that's not right. So we have to be here building for the ones who come after us, pretty much. You
Yeah.
know. Yeah, that's what's up, Amy. So I mean, everything was amazing. I mean, I loved it. And like I said, make sure that everybody comes to that 3-day event. It's going to be life changing.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I first met Amy in Marina Del Rey, I raised some capital that first day, you know. So hey, if it can happen for me, it can happen for you guys too. Go ahead, Amy.
No, I was just to say, I can't believe it hasn't even been a year yet that we met. Like, I feel like I've known you forever. But yeah, thank you. This was amazing. And I want to continue supporting you however I can. So continue to tag me on any events that you have or lives that you do, and I'll share it with, our group.
Okay, that's what's up, man. I appreciate it, man. One love. You enjoy yourself. Raising Private Money Legacy Builder Club. We out. We'll talk to y'all soon. If y'all need us, hit Amy up on IG. Hit me up on IG, and we just take it from there. Let's grow.
Thanks, Dana.
All right, that's what's up. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate you. Enjoy your night.
Thank you. Bye, guys.